So I have to run Russian music so it doesn't flag it on YouTube. But here's this big Yamaha B2 amplifier that I've been messing with for a while, along with that Macintosh. It's one of the two last units that I'm going to be working on for a while. Well, I got one more receiver that's on the over there that's I'm gonna do real quick, but then I'm gonna take my break, and then I'm gonna do one at a time. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch anymore like at once. So anyway, so this is a Yamaha B2, and this is a VFET amplifier. I don't know, maybe 80s, late 80s or something, early 80s. Very unique, different design. It's not like typical BJT. It has something called VFET technology, and it's very high current. And the VFETs are not available anymore. And so basically, to long story short, I recapped the whole unit, this one, other than the big filter caps and the meter board. Meter board works. The reason why I recapped the driver boards and the power supply was because the capacitors were bulging or leaking, very obviously, physically leaking. And there were a bunch of problem transistors, so I probably changed out like 50 plus transistors on the power supply and one of the driver boards. So it's been extensively worked on. I cleaned all of the controls, and now, as you can see, it passes a signal. It works well on both channels. I was able to dial in the DC offset and one of the voltages on the power supply. However, on the other side of the power supply, you're supposed to get 85 volts on one side and 85 on the other. The other, for some reason, on that side of the board is not even picking up a measurement. I don't know what the deal is, and it was like that before. And I tried figuring it out, and I can't figure it out. The other thing that I can't figure out is we are not getting a bias reading above 20 millivolts on either side of the driver boards, which theoretically would cause a lot of crossover distortion. And this was always, it's been like that. But it's not cause. So I have the pots wide open, and it's 2 millivolts. If they're not wide open and they're turned all the way left, you can hear the crossover distortion. It doesn't sound good. So really, this thing, I don't know what the problem is. The pots are working, so I don't know why it's not being able to get dialed in past 2 millivolts. It's supposed to be 40 millivolts. But I have a lot of time in this. I spent a lot of money, and you know, because I fronted the customer the parts. And I'm kind of at the point where, and this is one of those rare times where I'm like, I just need to, you know, I called him and I was up front. I was like, hey, look, man, this thing, you can run it. And I measured it. I mean, I measured the temperature on the heat sinks, and it runs cool and it sounds fine, but it is not running 40 minutes. It's not running as hot as Yamaha likes to run it. So the flip side on that is it'll never, the VFETs will last forever. The bad news is you're not going to get like the full 0.000 THD or whatever, 0000 whatever crazy measurement that they want, you know, because it's running a super cold bias. So there's going to be a little bit more crossover distortion, but I can't hear it. And I told him, you know what, man, if there's another technician in San Antonio that knows VFET amplifiers, then you can just take it. I'm not even going to charge the guy, you know, pay the little bit. I mean, it's quite a bit of parts that I did, but those parts don't cost very much. So it's probably like, I don't know, $80 in parts, $100 in parts. So I said, just take the amplifier, pay for the parts. And he said, no, I want to pay you for your labor. I'm like, okay, well, that's your decision, but you know, it's not running to where it is, I mean, where it needs to be ran. And you just got to know when to say, look, man, I got too much time into this thing. And I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. We're trying to move. So, I mean, we just can't do it. So, he was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to run it. And you know, and if something happens, and we'll go from there. And I was like, okay, well, I was upfront about it. And I told him, like, hey, this isn't where Yamaha wants it as far as the bias. It's very cold. but it sounds fine. And he's, oh, I'm probably not going to be able to hear it in my old ears anyway. It's like, okay, well, that's you know, kind of, I wanted to be upfront with him. I could literally send it like this. I can send it like this, and he probably wouldn't even know. He wouldn't know. But because I like being honest about everything, and you know, it's not where it needs to be, but you can run it. So anyway, this is a Yamaha B2 with the matching C2 preamp. Crazy amplifier.